That Metal Interview.
Into your room, where in deep sleep, there you lie still, to you I creep, the night crawler.
How are you guys doing? And we welcome you once again to That Metal Interview podcast with your friend James, of course. And we have a true American metal band by the name of Timeless Haunt. And John and Don, a duo interview, joins us for this episode of That Metal Interview podcast. So before I continue, let's go check out their cover of Judas Priest's Night Crawlers. Check it out, man. We'll be right back with Timeless Haunt interview, Night Crawlers.
Into your room, where in deep sleep, there you lie still, to you I creep, the night crawler. In the cellar, fear caught in their eyes, daring not not to move or breathe as the creature cries. Fingernails start scratching on the outside wall, clawing at the window. Come to me, it calls. Atmosphere's electric as it now descends the stairs. Hiding in the darkness is so futile from its glare. Death comes in an instant as they hoped it would. Souls ascend to heaven, while a feast of flesh and blood.
Isn't that a killer cover of a Judas Priest badass song, Nightcrawlers, and interpretation by Timeless Haunt? And we have on this episode, we have John and Don of Timeless Haunt. So here we go. Enjoy our conversation with members of Timeless Haunt. Enjoy. So let's go with where you at right now? You're in Pennsylvania, or where you at?
Yes, I'm in Pennsylvania. More specifically in the Milford, Pennsylvania area, middle of nowhere. It's kind of between New York and New Jersey, like right in Pennsylvania's top little corner area.
Yeah.
I can get to both states.
Cool. So, yeah, I'm in Texas, so pretty far away, huh?
Yeah.
So I saw your videos for Hellion Witch and Nightcrawlers. Very cool stuff, man. Whose idea was the mask thing?
That was Unknown's idea. He wanted to do kind of all the bands that hide identities of certain members always seem to have a bit more success, and it's weird, but, Kiss, War,
yeah.
Slipknot, Ghost.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing. It was like, why not try it? Have a gimmick.
Yeah, it creates mystery. Yeah, very cool. So where'd you guys shoot these videos at?
The first one, Hellion Witch, was at, honestly, I wasn't there because I broke my ankle a week before that was supposed to happen, and there was just no way I was in a cast, really? Screaming in pain.
Wow.
So
that's horrible. What a horrible situation.
Yeah, it sucked. I couldn't do shit for 6 months, but I am as good as ever. I was able to drum again before I could walk. Like, I could double bass before I could walk. I cried when I did that the first time. I was like, I'm not fucked up. I can still do it.
Wow. It must be a nightmare, huh? I've never broken any legs or anything, so I can just imagine, the torture, the anxiety, and not being able to walk without crutches and all that. Especially if you're a musician, Wow.
Yeah, it sucked, but it's over with. And to any other drummers out there, if you break your ankle, you can still play the medals. It's all good. Just give it a little time.
Yep, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, there you go. So last album you guys released was Dark for Life. Talk to us about this album. Who did the arrangements, riffs, lyrics and all that?
The lyrics are like 99.9% unknown. The rest of the stuff is collaboration. Somebody comes in with a riff. It's like, that's cool. All right, good. We got that one riff, but we need another one. Somebody else plays something different.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll work. And we just all, get together and until it makes sense.
Yeah.
But a big thing with this album was that we wrote a lot of it during COVID. We went in with like half of the songs, and then the other half of the songs we basically composed by email.
Okay.
Like, same process, but it takes 3 times as long because you have to wait for everybody to, check their email, download the fucking thing, and then listen to it and say, okay, that's cool, but we should do this. And then you have to wait for everybody to respond back again instead of it being everybody in the same room together. And some of those songs we went into the studio never having played it together at all.
Really? Wow.
We learned how to play them as a band after we recorded, but we learned how to play along to the pre-production email bullshit going back and forth.
Yeah.
And use that. We didn't play it as a band until.
Wow, that's cool.
That's
different. Wow, very cool. Well, it came out badass. So it's a badass outcome.
Yeah. It is a pain in the ass, and it showed in the studio because it took a few more takes than it should have to record the stuff, being that we never played it together. So, the vibes, like knowing each other's, they normally speed up a tiny bit here, slow down a bit here, or I can tell there's going to be a tiniest of a pause before they hit the next note.
Yep, I understand. I understand. Yeah, I play guitar myself, so I've done a couple of recordings here locally in Texas, and I understand all that, all the recording process. The click track and all that, and arranging ideas, and it's a pain in the ass, just like you said. Yeah. Any regrets? Anything you would do different on this album if you had a chance?
The only thing I would say would maybe be have like 2 more songs to make it more of a full length, because some people complain that it was like only a few songs and then a cover and the creepy intro track. And there wasn't enough of our own original, stuff. And I get that. We just really wanted to meet a deadline and put something out so we didn't become, people have short attention spans these days. So,
Understood, yeah. So whether it's an EP or an LP, it shouldn't matter, really. I mean, if a fan's going to support you, support should be there, and it's music, But, I understand the full length, and the EP and whatever. I understand that, so. But it came out badass, though, so regardless. So, anyways, who does your covers, man? Your album covers are badass. Who's the artist behind these?
I want to pause you for a second. Our keyboard player, Don, was also supposed to be in on this. I think he's trying to find you.
Hey, this is Don. Can you hear me?
Yeah, apparently.
Yep.
Hey, technology, we figured it out. Joy.
Good job, guys. Yeah, there you go. I've done 2 or 3 people in interviews, but they call from the same room, This is the first with different, this kind of deal. So I was asking...
we're 2 hours apart, so...
I was asking John about the videos for Hellion, Witch, and Nightcrawlers, about the masks and all that. Can you talk a little bit, Don, about the Dark for Life album, the last one you guys did?
Sure. So we were writing that all during COVID, right? Everybody was locked in. We were locked in. We were sending ideas back and forth. And when we got to the studio, some of those songs we had never really played together, right? And we were kind of figuring out as we went along. But we liked what we came away with, and we got a lot of good feedback from it, and a lot of people in different places have heard it and said good things. So we're proud of it, but we're already getting started for number 3.
Okay, wow. So you guys arranging number 3, or you guys already start recording number 3?
We're just in the writing process now.
Okay.
We always record as we go pre-production on our own home bullshit to try to be more prepared going into the studio. So technically we are recording, but we only show a few close people that stuff. Be like, what do you think? Does this suck? Or should we use it?
Yep, good point.
Yeah, get some opinions. Yeah, I got you. When you guys planning to release this future record here?
We are shooting for a Halloween release date.
Okay, cool.
Shooting. Yeah, we hope. But the world is fucked up, so see what happens. But that is our goal.
Yeah,
Halloween.
Right.
So is everyone in Pennsylvania, or you guys in different states, or?
We are all in Pennsylvania, just, 3/4 of the band is in Pottsville, and I am in Milford, so I'm an hour away. Randy, our last guitarist, was in Strasbourg, I'm 2 hours away. Randy, he was about an hour and a half away. He was in Strasbourg, Pennsylvania, and currently, we have some guitarist troubles that we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys changing guitar players? You guys changing guitar players? Is that what you're saying, or you're auditioning, or?
Yeah. Yep. He just mentioned Randy. Randy, he left. He was only with us for a little bit of time. He actually moved, and so we're in the process of filling his spot. So we're actually auditioning and looking for guitar players now. We have a guy coming this weekend, pretty impressive guy. So we have good hopes, and hoping that everything turns out. And by this time next week, maybe we won't be necessarily looking, but that's where we are right now.
So what's behind the name Timeless Haunt? It's a very, very cool name. It's metal all the way. And the music fits with it, and it all fits together. So where'd you guys get this name from?
Well, the fun version is Timeless, is everybody in the band is old, and then Haunt, where scary looking.
Right. That's part of it, I think, too, is like, the music, right? Regardless of what kind of metal or hard rock you liked, some of the good stuff is timeless, right?
Yeah.
And we all come from different areas of music that we like and we bring to the band, and so that's part of it as well, right? And like John says, the haunt, where we want to be kind of mysterious, creepy, scary in that kind of fun way, right?
Yeah, the mask thing's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the album covers? I was asking John about the album covers when you came into the phone call. Who's the responsible behind these covers?
John, you can probably speak to those two, right? Better.
Well, the first album cover, we had the ideas of what we wanted, and we found a dude on Fiverr, some guy from Greece. Do you remember the guy's name? Because I want to give him props, because he was a cool dude.
I'll ask. I can find out.
Well, there's some cool covers, very cool covers, badass covers.
And who was the second one, John?
The second one was something Machado Franco. Let's see if I can go grab the CDs somewhere.
He was a little more known, from what I understand. I think he did what? Did he do
Blind Guardian, Rhapsody, I think Rhapsody of Fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
Last name is Machado, right? Machado.
Machado Franco.
Okay.
Nice. Very, very good work right there. There you go. Some props for Machado. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this third record, you guys using him, or you got the guy from Europe?
We don't know yet.
Yeah. It's too far ahead to know.
Yeah.
It's good that this is being edited. So,
right? Yeah.
Dark for Life artwork, cover art and design, Felipe Machado Franco.
Okay. There you go. Big shout out to him.
And yes, huge shout out. It's awesome. And let's see.
That's right. Oh, I got Cosmos Helios.
Oh wow.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, from Greece, right? Cosmos.
Cool. Very cool.
Greek name.
Very cool. Very big shout out to Cosmos. There you go. Some props to the artists. Very cool. So how about the record label? You guys still doing it with Stormspell Records?
We are, yes.
Nice. When I hear, this is just my opinion, when I listen to your band Timeless Haunt, I hear a mix of Sabotage, which is badass, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, of course, and just a mix of different metal, haunting kind of badass stuff. Is this what you guys were aiming for, or did it just come out naturally, just like that? You guys jammed out and it sounds like that, or?
So I'll go first, John. For the Sabotage reference, we do get that a lot, and I wouldn't say, yeah, right. And that wasn't, and I'm the keyboard player too, and that definitely wasn't the intent. I think part of it is that when you hear piano in metal, I think a lot of people automatically think of Sabotage, right?
Yeah.
But no, not that wasn't done by intent. So that's what I'll say. John, you can go.
I will be a heretic here and say I don't really know too much Sabotage, but we are, compared to them constantly. I do listen to some Trans-Siberian Orchestra. My bigger stuff lies in Symphony X, Dream Theater, and one of my biggest drumming influences is Carl Palmer. So Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So I have that kind of thing, and I know Sabotage is kind of progressive-ish, and keyboards, therefore we have keyboards, a more progressive kind of drummer, and we're trying to make it more, we also intentionally wanted to, I don't want to completely say dumb things down, but we've all been in bands before, at least me and
Unknown.
Where he would be singing the high notes the entire way through, the Halford screeches constantly, King Diamond noises.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, hitting everything at the same time. And nobody gave a fuck at all. You would come off stage, you take your whole drums off the stage after your short 45-minute set on a 15-band lineup fest where you're playing to 3 people, and we're like, this is stupid. We got to try something different.
Yeah.
So we intentionally are trying to be more like, oh, these guys, their music sucks, but look how much money they're making.
Yeah.
And that they're like a huge band. If we keep some of the good ideas, we each have our time to shine, but we try to make it a little more accessible. Maybe.
Yeah.
Tool was a very progressive, intense, weird band with 10-minute songs, but somehow they became popular because they did it
right
in a better way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Good point, John. Maybe that's why we get the Sabotage, because we were a little progressive, but we're certainly not the intense, long 20-minute songs, major instrumentation type of progressive band that John and I like to listen to, right? And maybe Sabotage is also that kind of band, right? There's not all, there's approachable, kind of family friendly, music in a way. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
They're not family friendly.
Maybe that's not the right, but it's accessible to all, not just people who like to hear some progressive odysseys, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Masturbation.
Gotcha.
Which I love, right?
I'm a Sabotage fan myself, and I've had him on the show too. A couple of guys.
Oh, yeah?
I've had John Oliva, Chris Caffrey, Jeff Plate, Zach Stevens, a couple of guys.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool people. They don't sound like rock stars, They sound like just regular people. So, but anyways, I'm a fan, and that's a compliment. You guys sound like that. And to me,
thank you.
Well, that's just me, my one opinion, And it's badass.
Sure.
You got some badass music going there, and the badass name too, Timeless Haunt. So, who are your heroes here? Who do you guys point to as your musical heroes, influences?
I'll start, John. You want? So I'm older. I'm the senior guy in the band, right?
Cool.
So I grew up with the Black Sabbath, Zeppelin, Kiss.
Hell yeah.
Leonard Skinner, yes, all those old guys. But so that's my the stuff that I can still listen to. But I guess from a big Black Sabbath fan, newer stuff. I mean, major Dream Theater fan.
Yeah.
Opeth fan. Probably more of the more mainstream stuff. And if John will go on, he can probably talk about a lot of stuff that I've never even heard of. So I'm pretty much old school. So
awesome.
That's about it for me.
Awesome choices.
But I also, last thing, other than metal too, I love all kinds of every kind of cheesy 70s pop song there is, and all that as well is another part of me, right?
Nice. Very cool.
So, John, you're up, buddy.
I want to first off say that with Don being a product of the 70s, he loves the dirty organ sound on his keyboard, which Unknown fucking hates. Tries to sneak in every song, and he's always like, I don't think I like that.
And I always get it in on the songs, even if you can't tell it's there. It's there.
Yeah. My influences are very very varied. Like all through middle school and up, I was in concert band and orchestra and jazz band and all that shit. So, Buddy Rich, Carl Palmer, Led Zeppelin. I listened to classical music.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Very cool.
And I also listened to Mayhem.
Awesome. Some black metal, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, those crazy fucking psychos. And Lords of Chaos is a great movie, even though Varg says it's inaccurate or whatever.
Yeah.
Black metal people are really, really weird.
It's cool music, though. Awesome.
Yeah. So I listened to, that Spectrum, and stop that. And blues is okay. Some jazz is okay as long as there's no singing. I like big band jazz and jazz fusion because the drummers are insane. But no rap, pop, country.
Yeah.
I can't listen to any of that. Old country is kind of okay, some of that, but the new country, there's no letter O in the spelling of country, and it's just city dudes with cowboy hats on pretending to, I don't know, fuck the tractor, I don't know.
Right?
It's weird.
Yeah, well, first of all, you do have a wide variety of genres there. You went from classical music to mayhem to a little bit of old school country. That's awesome. Very cool choices there. And back to the country thing, I think the new country sounds like Def Leppard with a fiddle, or right? I mean, it kind of sounds like Shania Twain meets Def Leppard meets I don't know. It's okay.
There's also hip hop.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Which is a dude in a cowboy hat trying to rap in a southern twang, which is really fucking obnoxious. Like that Applebee's commercial song. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's kind of. I prefer old country too. Yeah, the older classic.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing bad against the new Luke. What is that? Luke Combs and what is it? All that. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the names. Jason Aldean and all that. I guess that's okay. No offense to any of those guys. So.
Name is familiar. I think my work made bandanas for him.
Who was that?
Luke Combs.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
there's some cool songs here and there. Yeah, got some cool songs here and there. Yeah. There's a touch of rock in there somewhere, so it's okay. So, how about yourselves? At what age did you guys start playing your instruments? Were you kind of young?
So I had a piano in my house growing up, and I think I took lessons as a little kid, and then I would stop. And probably around high school, I started and was playing, having lessons for about 4 or 5 years, and then just started playing in bands and friends. So, for 40 plus years for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I started drumming just the snare drum in 4th grade.
Oh, really?
Stuff. So,
kind of young. Wow.
Doing that. And then my my sister was 4 years older than me. She had a boyfriend or, I don't know, some guy she was hanging out with that was into metal. So I got there, I listened to his Metallica CDs, was blown away.
Yeah.
And around 6th grade, so I had the snare drum basics for 2 years, and then I got a drum set when I was at 6th grade. I've been playing ever since. And I don't remember what age I was at that time, however school works. I wanted to say I've been playing for probably like 20 to 25 years, somewhere in that range.
There you go. Well experienced. Very well seasoned musicians. Cool. So give us your favorite gig and your worst gig so far.
John, you want to go with that? You mean with the band or just
overall in your career, I guess, or with the Timeless Haunt,
Well, I've been in like a billion different bands over the years, and I played 1.5 billion of those. Like I mentioned earlier, 15 bands. You have like 5 minutes to set your shit up. You play for a half an hour. You get your shit off stage in 5 minutes, and fuck you. No one cares.
Damn. Wow.
I've played more than enough of those to not want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I would say specifically with Timeless Haunt.
3 Tremors?
Yeah. And even with not that much of an audience, like sometimes a crowd can be small and mighty. I'd rather play in front of like 20 people screaming their heads off at you than a room full of people that don't give a fuck. Which brings us to we played at a local Halloween attraction. It's in like the top 10 in America. Field of Screams in Lancaster. So we played, and everybody's around online to get into the little haunted house, whatever, because the place has like 5 of them.
Yeah.
So everybody's standing in line. You finish a song, nobody reacted at all. They're just like
really
standing in line with arms folded, staring at their phones. Well, it's I don't want to say like a cranky old guy, but like we're not playing covers of pop songs. They'd probably be going apeshit if we were playing it, because it was full of dumb teenagers.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mine the best with Timeless Haunt was definitely when we played with the Three Tremors.
Okay. Yeah.
Sean Peck and Harry Conklin and Ripper Owens, and a great band. They were awesome. Like John said, wasn't a big crowd, but it was it was a crowd who was really into it. So that was it. That was
Thursday night in Scranton.
Yeah. So that was definitely a cool gig. I also played a gig a long time ago with a band called the Swamp Candles out of Philadelphia, and we played in a place called the Grape Street Pub in Philadelphia, and it was a packed house, and it was like the first time I'd ever been on a stage where there was like a few hundred people who were just so into it, and like I can remember getting off, like the next morning I was still feeling a little like, high from the experience, you know what I mean? It was amazing to be there.
Really? Wow.
And then the worst was I played a lot of not top 40, but classic rock bands and shit like that. But I remember at one point we were in a place where we had like 5 or 6 bands playing. It was an outdoor thing, and they were hurry up, get on, like John mentioned. And I had all my keyboards in the back of the stage, and it was like maybe a stage that was like 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
My back heels were touching the edge of the stage. I was so pushed back to the back of the stage that if I stepped back, I would have stepped off the stage. So that was
wow.
Was the one.
That's horrible. Wow. You could have fallen down and just, broken a leg or something.
Exactly right. It would have just been embarrassing. Not. I probably wouldn't have gotten hurt, right?
Hey, Don, have you ever played on one of those trailer stages where it's like a truck?
Yep.
Just on a truck, and it's a stage. I've done that twice. Once with my very first band when I was like 15. It was a shitty pop punk band called Tainted Values. You can't find any of their stuff anywhere because it's nobody. And then again with Forgotten Legacy I don't remember the place. It was this weird redneck place in like Stroudsburg.
Right.
But it's like we're playing inside a fucking bouncy castle. Anytime somebody moves, the thing is on tires. Everything's shaking everywhere.
Wow.
There's a door right behind the drums. My drums are right at the edge of the tiny drum riser. It's like I'm gonna fall off this thing and then roll down the stairs.
Wow.
I got one more. It just came to memory, if you don't mind.
Of course, go ahead.
Back when I was young, I played with this band called Bewildered Earth, and we got a gig at a frat party, but it was an outside event. And at first we thought there was like a college stadium, and they said, oh, you're going to be at the stadium. And we're like, oh, this is going to be awesome, And we get there, and we're playing outside of the stadium, like in the parking lot. And there was all these drunk college kids, and we set up, and I swear to God, this guy in an IROC came driving through and knocked over our PA system.
No way.
Banged into with his car. Yeah.
Wow. That's messed up. That's horrible.
Yep.
So did you guys keep playing like that with half a PA or?
You know what? I think he yelled at the guy, and we continued playing. He just like bumped into it. He was trying to move his car around. But because it was a frat thing, we had like all these young kids who were like had to get us beers, and they like were carrying bricks because they were trying to get into this frat, whatever. It was just ridiculous all the way around.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
So
that's it. Now I'm done.
Do you guys have any plans to tour the U.S.? Maybe in the future after you release your next album, or any plans for that? A U.S. tour?
I wouldn't be against the concept, definitely, but it wouldn't just be 5 sweaty guys in a converted free candy van with a trailer.
Yep.
Just playing dive bar to dive bar across the country. It would have to be something,
Yeah.
Yeah,
venues with somebody decent. Like I would, one of Sean Peck's projects, because Unknown is good friends with Sean Peck.
Okay. Yeah.
We would, do several dates as their opener. That'd be cool, but I don't foresee any us just piling in a van and hitting dive bars.
Yeah.
Right, but we certainly want to get out in some choice markets, right? And so
would be good.
And we also have our sights on Europe, right?
Awesome.
Would love to get out there. So I mean, nothing in the works, but certainly some gold to get us out there, right?
Yeah. Well, you guys have the right music. You got some badass music there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Cool. Would you guys like to send a message to all the metal fans, rock fans listening to this podcast, and to all the Timeless Haunt fans?
Johnny, you got this one, buddy?
To quote Steel Panther, death to all but metal.
There you go.
And embrace the haunt.
There you go. Perfect.
That one's good too. Embrace the haunt. That one's more relevant to the band, but I'm an asshole. So, it's a fun Steel Panther song. Great fucking song.
No, but I mean, seriously though, we get a lot of feedback on our YouTube channels and our social media, and we appreciate it all. We appreciate all the listens. We appreciate people asking about us, and good and bad comments. We like them all. So hey, I hope we have more stuff for you guys and gals to listen to soon, and hopefully you get a chance to see us somewhere down the road.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for making time, John and Don. So right now we have the latest album, Dark for Life. You guys can check it out on digital formats, right? Can fans order hard copies?
Yes, you can. You can get them from Storm Spell Records, and you can also check us. You can order direct and go onto our website, timelesshaunt.com, and we're all on the digital formats are available on all the regular places to go.
Awesome. Perfect. So thank you guys for being a part of that metal interview podcast, and I appreciate your time, and we'll hope to see you on the road soon, with the new album or whenever, I'm here in Texas, and we'll keep in touch,
Awesome, James. We appreciate it, man.
So pick up their latest album, Dark for Life, and be expecting some new stuff from Timeless Haunt. Check it out, man. Storm Spell Records. Stream, download, enjoy, and purchase. Support rock metal, any genre really, but this show is about rock and metal, so we thank John and Don and all of the guys from Timeless Haunt with their awesome music, and you guys have to check this out, man. So, and don't forget to keep it metal.
That metal interview.